Welcome back to the deep dive. This is where we cut through all that noise to get you the crucial knowledge you need and get it to you fast. If you're trying to figure out how the pros read market momentum, the psychology behind the charts, well, you are definitely in the right place today. Today, we're doing a deep dive into, honestly, one of the most powerful visual signals out there in technical analysis. It's easy to spot, too. It's the bullish engulfing candle reversal pattern. And our mission, it's pretty simple. We want you to walk away feeling confident you can spot this thing, understand the pretty dramatic story it tells, and know how professionals actually use it, for managing risk and finding those higher probability trades. We're going to keep it straightforward, easy to follow, but still get into the important details.
That's right. And our sources really stress this point. This isn't just about two colored bars on a screen, not at all. It's really a snapshot.
Yeah.
It captures this definitive, quite aggressive shift in who's controlling the market. You're basically watching the exact moment that intense selling pressure just evaporates.
Yeah.
And then it gets completely swamped by this sudden flood of buying. It's a real moment of truth on the chart, and spotting it. That's crucial if you want to anticipate potential market reversals.
Okay, let's unpack that then, starting with the visuals. What exactly does this pattern look like? Because the structure seems really key here. It's a two-candle pattern, right? And you usually see it where? Like at the end of a downtrend.
Exactly. Typically, it gets its power when you see it forming either right at the tail end of a pretty clear downtrend or maybe at the bottom of a sharp pullback within a bigger uptrend. And the visual contrast is, well, everything. Think of it like this. A small skirmish, then immediately after, a really decisive battle.
Okay, I like that analogy.
So the first candle, that's the skirmish. It has to be small and it has to be bearish. That means it closed lower than it opened, usually red on most charts. This little candle shows that, yeah, the sellers are still kind of pushing down, but the small size. It hints they're maybe running out of gas.
Running out of conviction.
Precisely. Then comes candle number two, the big one, the battle winner. This one needs to be large and bullish, closing higher than it opened, typically green. Now, here's the absolute rule, the core definition. The body of that big green candle, the part between its open and close, must completely engulf, like swallow whole, the body of the little red candle before it.
Right. So let's be super clear for everyone listening. When we say engulfing, the green body has to totally surround the red body. And the sources are very specific here. We ignore the shadows, right? The wicks, those thin lines.
Exactly. Forget the wigs for this definition. They show the day's range, the highs and lows, sure. But the body, that shows where the price started and where it finished. That's the real territory gained or lost. The bodies tell you where control was really established. So, yeah, the green body must completely cover the red body.
Got it. Okay, so that's the what. Let's get into the why. The psychology, you called it a dramatic turn. What's happening behind the scenes? Who's suddenly buying so much?
Well, the story these two candles tell together is just. It's classic market psychology. That small red candle, it confirmed sellers were in charge, but maybe their push was a bit weak. Lack of follow-through. Momentum's fading.
Okay.
Then the second candle kicks in. Maybe it even opens a bit lower, just for a moment, kind of trapping anyone who decided to sell late. But then, bam! This intense, overwhelming buying power just surges in. And often this is where you might suspect institutional money stepping up. The smart money, deciding, okay, at this price, this thing is undervalued. They don't just nibble, they come in strong.
It's like the market collectively sighs relief, thinking the selling is done.
You got it. The buying is so intense, it doesn't just erase the previous day's small loss. It pushes the price way up, closing well above where that first red candle even opened. It's a complete flip of the prior day's sentiment. It's basically the buyers shouting, all right, selling's over, we're taking charge now. And the significance, well, it signals that strong, high-conviction buying has just definitively rolled over the previous selling pressure. That points to a likely shift from bear territory towards bull territory.
But hang on, you see reversal signals all the time, right? Little bounces that don't go anywhere. Why is this specific two-candle pattern considered, more reliable than maybe just a single hammer candle or something?
Yeah, that's a really important point, and that skepticism is healthy. It leads us right into how professionals actually use this pattern. See, the bullish engulfing is often seen as stronger because it involves two full periods, two candles. It shows more than just a momentary pause or bounce like a hammer might. It shows a more decisive shift in control over time. But its real power, and all our sources agree on this, comes from context and, crucially, confirmation.
Context. So where it happens matters.
Hugely. This pattern is way more powerful if it shows up near important technical levels. Think about a major support zone, a price level where the stock has bounced multiple times before, Or maybe it forms right when the price touches a key moving average, like the 200-day, which lots of institutions watch. The pattern means more when it has a solid reason, a foundation for appearing right there.
Okay, this is where it gets really practical. How do the pros take this visual pattern and actually confirm it's likely the real deal, not just noise? How do they boost their odds?
Right, because just seeing the pattern isn't enough. Step 2, absolutely critical, is volume. Professionals are laser focused on seeing significantly higher than average volume on that big green engulfing candle.
Higher volume. Why is that so key?
Because if that huge price surge happens on like really weak volume, it might just be a temporary blip, maybe some retail excitement on a slow day, not much conviction behind it. But if the volume is, say, 1.5 times or even double the average daily volume, that's the confirmation signal. It suggests that larger players, maybe institutions, are committing serious capital. That adds a ton of weight to the reversal signal. It means there's real money back in the move.
Got it. Volume equals conviction. What about the context you mentioned earlier? You said if this pattern shows up in just messy sideways trading, it's basically useless.
Exactly. Trend context is vital. The signal is strongest, by far, when it appears after a clear, established downtrend. The stock needs to have been consistently making lower lows and lower highs for some time. The pattern needs something bearish to actually reverse.
Makes sense.
If it just pops up randomly in the middle of a choppy, sideways market, what traders call consolidation, it's probably just noise. It often leads to a fake out, where the price reverses right back down. In those choppy zones, buyers and sellers are more evenly matched, so a sudden 2-day move doesn't mean as much for the overall direction. You need that prior seller exhaustion.
Okay. Volume, trend context, and then there's confluence, right? This idea of layering evidence. Tell us how pros use that with the engulfing pattern.
Yeah, confluence is like the secret sauce for high probability setups. It's about finding multiple independent signals that all point in the same direction. So, a classic example, pairing the bullish engulfing pattern with an oscillator indicator, like the relative strength index, the RSI.
Ah, the RSI.
Yeah.
Measuring momentum, overbought, oversold.
Exactly. The RSI tells you how fast prices moved and whether it's potentially gone too far too fast. When the RSI reading drops below 30, it's generally considered oversold. That means selling has likely been excessive and the market might be stretched, ready for at least a bounce.
So you combine the two.
Precisely. Imagine you see that perfect bullish engulfing pattern form right when the RSI is also flashing an oversold signal, below 30. Now that is a powerful combination.
Yeah.
The RSI is saying, hey, conditions are ripe for reversal, and the engulfing candle provides the immediate visual trigger. Price action confirming the momentum indicator. Using them together like that, it dramatically increases the odds of the reversal actually sticking because you've got confirmation from two different types of analysis.
Okay, this is all making sense. Let's get down to the nitty-gritty, the execution. So you've spotted the pattern, you've confirmed it with high volume, maybe got that oversold RSI reading. How do you actually place the trade? And critically, how do you manage the risk? Because nothing's guaranteed, right?
Absolutely. Risk management is paramount.
Yeah.
Even the best-looking setups can fail.
Yeah.
So for actually getting into the trade, there are generally two main approaches.
Yeah.
The aggressive and the more conservative. The aggressive trader. They might jump in right near the close of that big green engulfing candle. The thinking is, the momentum is here now. Let's get in early. They want to catch the very beginning of the move. The conservative trader, though, they like a bit more proof. They might wait for the price to actually trade above the high of the engulfing candle on the next day. Confirms follow-through buying. Or they might wait for a small pullback, maybe back towards the middle of that big green candle's body. This can offer a better entry price and shows that old resistance is now acting as support.
Interesting. Different styles. But regardless of where you get in, the stop loss is essential for defining your risk up front, isn't it? Where does that go?
Non-negotiable. The stop loss defines your maximum acceptable loss if the trade goes wrong. And for the bullish engulfing pattern, the standard placement is just slightly below the absolute low of that big engulfing candle.
Below the low of the green candle itself.
Typically, yes. That low point represents the furthest the price reached before the buyers definitively took over. It's kind of the line in the sand. Think about that psychology again. The pattern signals buyers establish control and set a new swing low. If the price breaks below that low, well, the pattern's premise has failed. The buyers lost control after all. It was likely a fake out. So, putting your stop there means you exit the trade the moment the pattern signal is invalidated. It protects your capital based on the logic of the pattern itself.
That clicks. The stop aligns perfectly with the pattern's meaning. exit when the meaning breaks down.
Exactly. And professionals don't just think about stops. They think about targets too. Where might they take profit? A common approach is to look at the distance from your entry point down to your stop loss, and then aim for a potential reward that's, say, 2 or 3 times that amount. This is called risk-reward ratio. It helps ensure that even if you're only right about half the time, your winning trades are bigger than your losing trades, which is key to long-term profitability. It all comes back to solid planning.
Okay, let's tie all this theory together now. Let's use that narrative example to really make it stick for everyone listening. Imagine when we're watching stock XYZ, and it's been falling hard, 7 straight days down, hitting new lows each day. That's our established downtrend, right? Sellers clearly in charge.
Yep, perfect setup. Downtrend established, sellers look strong, but maybe getting tired. So day 8 comes along. We see a really tiny red candle close. Sellers are still there, technically, but weak. And let's say we also check the RSI and notice it just dipped below 30. Okay, potential oversold condition noted.
The plot thickens.
Then comes day 9, and boom, a huge green candle forms. Let's say the volume on that day is almost double the average daily volume. Massive spike. And importantly, this big green candle's body completely swamps the tiny red body from day 8. Maybe it even closes higher than where day 7 opened. Total engulfment.
Okay, so that ticks all the boxes. Downtrend, oversold hint, clear engulfing pattern, high volume. That sounds like the high probability setup we've been talking about.
Absolutely. That's the confluence. A professional trader sees that sequence. Established downtrend, providing context, the RSI suggesting conditions are ripe, the clear visual pattern of the engulfing candle, and the high volume confirming conviction. They might decide to enter a long position maybe near the close of day 9, feeling the odds are now shifted in their favor. And the first thing they do after entering,
Set that stop loss.
you got it, immediately place that stop loss order just beneath the low of that big day 9 green candle. They're trading the momentum shift, but with their risk clearly defined from the outset.
Fantastic. So to quickly recap for you, the listener, the bullish engulfing candle is a really potent visual clue on a chart. It signals that precise moment where intense buying demand just steamrolled the existing selling pressure. It's easy to spot, which is great, but remember, it's not quite enough just on its own.
Indeed. The visual pattern is compelling, no doubt, but its real practical value comes from combining it with other pieces of evidence. You absolutely want to see that higher than average volume confirming the move. And crucially, check the context. Where is this happening? Is it after a solid downtrend near support? Or is it just random noise in a messy sideways market? Context is king. A pattern without context is just noise. A pattern with context and volume is potentially valuable information.
Right. And that brings us perfectly to a final provocative thought for you to consider as you continue learning. Since we've established this reversal pattern works best when it's validated, when it has confluence with other tools, what's maybe the single most important piece of information you'd want to have before this pattern even shows up to really gauge its potential strength?
Great question. And the answer really circles back to what we discussed about context and confluence. It's knowing if the market or the stock is already testing a major known support level, or if indicators like the RSI are already screaming oversold. Having that foundational context before the pattern appears, that's what elevates a simple 2-candle formation into something much more meaningful, a potentially high-probability setup. Understanding that context is probably your next big step in mastering this kind of analysis.
Excellent point. So get out there, start looking at charts, see if you can spot these engulfing patterns, and always check that context and volume. Thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you on the next deep dive.